Hello everyone, welcome to Crochet and Honey YouTube channel. For today's tutorial video, I will show you how to crochet this bow headband for Labubu, but it is something that you can also crochet for your child or loved one. The materials I used are milk cotton yarn, a 2.5 mm hook, a darning needle, and scissors. So let's begin. First, we will be crocheting the bow, and then after that, we'll crochet the center, and then later we'll crochet the headband. And we will be crocheting in rows. All right. Okay, so let's begin by doing a slip knot. Slip knot, and then chain 43 to start. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Continue doing the chain stitches, and I'll meet you just before we reach 43. So 41, 42, 43. And then we skip the first chain and do single crochets from the second chain from the hook, and we do single crochets all the way until the end. So that will be a total of 42 single crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6. So please continue, and I will meet you just before we reach the end of row 1. So last 3, 40, 41, and 42. Then chain 1 and turn, and we do single crochets again for row 2 for a total of 42 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3. So see you again before we reach the end. Let's pause. So 39, 40, 41, and 42. And then chain 1 and turn. And then for row 3, it will be exactly the same as row 2. Single crochet 42. So this will be our last row. I'll meet you before we reach the end. So let's pause again. So last 3, 40, 41. Oh, that's too big. 41 and 42. And leave a long tail around 12 inches. All right, so let's cut. That is the end. And then chain 1 and fasten off. Okay, so after this, get your darning needle and let's join the 2 short ends. Let's join this. Just a simple sewing like this. Okay, let's Just sew them together. This will be hidden, so no need to make it so perfect. It will be hidden by the center part of the bow. Okay, just join like that. Okay, and simple. Okay. And last. Okay. And then find the center. Make sure this part is in the middle. And then let's take this out. And then you can tie this. How do you call this? Let's wind the yarn a few times around the center part. Okay, so just wind it. Okay, and then you can tie a knot with this, or yeah, we can also sew this part back and forth in the center part. Okay, and we can weave this in some more in this part. Okay, just weave this in. All right, this one you can also weave it in, or yeah, just do this before. Let's cut this short tail so it's out of the way. So just put it here and then we cut. All right. And this one, you can just leave it for now. You can use it also to sew later. So now we'll do the center of the bow. You know, you can crochet this also for your child if you can adjust the size of the bow, make it shorter, make it longer. Yeah, so you can crochet it for someone you love. And now let's do the center of the bow. It's also very simple. Just chain. Okay, slip knot again. Let's do a slip knot. And then chain maybe 8. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's see. You know, when I made that, I didn't really count. Let's see. 8. Oh, just to make sure, let's do 9. Chain 9, and then second chain from hook, do single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we will do another one, chain 1 and then turn, and then 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. All right, and then leave a short like this much, probably 7 inches for sewing. So chain 1 and cut around 7 to 8 inches for sewing and fasten off. And then get your darning needle once again, and we will be sewing the short ends again together, but let's do it here. All right, so let's do that here. You know, if you're making this for someone you love, like you can add more rows to make the bow wider. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, chain 9 is perfect. Okay, all right, and then let's sew this. Make sure it's in the middle, guys. Okay. If you have pin, you can pin it first and check if it's in the middle. But now, I think should be okay. Okay, let's sew them again. This will be the back. This one, you can also, you don't have to make it very nice also, because you will put the headband here. So this part will be covered again. Okay. And just make it a habit to always sew nicely and neatly. Yeah, okay, and the last part here, and then weave it here, just to make sure it doesn't slide. Okay, so weave it all the way here. All right, and then find the part that it won't be so obvious. So this one here. Okay, and maybe one more just to be sure. So make sure this front part is pretty. All right, let's go. So just to make sure it doesn't slide off. Okay. And then that's it. Finish. And then let's cut this part. This part. Actually, let's just weave this. Weave it now any which way you like. You can, let's also tie a knot. Anyway, this will be hidden. Let's just tie a knot to make sure it's strong, it stays reinforced. Okay, and then weave it there, and then we cut this part. Okay, this will be behind, remember. And this part, let's just weave this in. And then we cut, okay? And then cut that. It's gonna be hidden inside. And then, so this will be the front top part of your headband. Okay, so let's just leave this, and we can use it to sew again the headband later on. So let's go to the last part. Isn't that easy? The next part will be the headband, this one. So let's begin the headband using a slip knot, and oops, sorry, chain 45. 1 2 3 4 5. Continue doing your chain stitches and I'll meet you in a bit. Let's pause. So 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. We skip for row 1, we skip the first two chain, and then we do half double crochet on the third chain from the hook. Half double crochet, yarn over, and then yarn over, pull through one and pull through all 3 loops. Let's do that again. I will make a video on the basic stitches, and then for a tutorial on projects, we can just refer to that video if you, and I'm sure there are a lot of videos teaching the basic stitches. So yeah, in case half double crochet is not familiar to you, you can also watch them, but hopefully this video is clear already, like how I do half double crochet, yarn over and pull, and yarn over and pull through 3 loops. Yeah, so let's do that until the end, and I'll meet you in a bit. Okay, so we're almost at the end. 40, 41, 42, and 43. So yeah, it's a total of 43 half double crochets. Then chain 2, 1 2, and we turn. And for this round, second round, we do half double crochets, but only in the back loops. So this is your V, this is your back loop, and this is your back loop. Okay, and this is your back loop. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do half double crochet in this back loop. And next one, back loop only, and this should be the final row. Let me see. Yeah, so only 2 rows, very easy. So in case you would like to make this for your child or a gift for someone, you can just make this part longer to fit a child's head or even an adult's head. Okay, so let's continue doing half double crochet in the back loops only, and I'll meet you just before we end the row. So this 40 half double crochet, 40, 41, 42, and 43. And then leave a long tail for sewing, around 12 inches. Get. And chain 1 and fasten off. Chain 1 and pull. Okay. Then get your darning needle once again, and for this part, make sure this part that has this line here, which is, yeah, or whichever looks nice, but for me it's the one with front loops showing. Okay, so that part. Let's just sew first the short ends together, and for this let's make our sewing neat, because oh, it will be hidden again. Okay, so it will be like that. Okay, all right, so make sure this part is showing. It's nicer compared to this back, right? Okay, so let's do that. Let's sew. Okay. And then we can just cut this. And then we will be attaching now the bow, guys. Make sure, so this is the foundation chains, the first thing that we chain. So let's make sure that the foundation chains is also this part, because you see they look alike, but this part they look alike also. This is the last row top part, okay, and this is the foundation chains. All right, let's attach them now. Oh, let's make sure this is both in the center so they're hidden. Okay, so you can just weave in back and forth. All right, we can also weave in this part and this part. Okay, okay. I cannot see so well there. And this part, let's make it neat also. Okay, and then we do the middle part. You can just do that and then get something there, and then do this. Okay, and we can do this and then get another bunch of yes, that's it, and then sew them in here. And then if you like, you can use the other tail end from the bow, and you can do this, although you don't have to do that. If you've cut it already, that's okay, but I didn't cut it yet, so might as well. And then try to do the edge, so the edge, and then this edge. Oops, wait, okay, not too much. Let's just go to the other edge. Okay, and this one. Okay, that looks pretty good already. So I'll just let these two ends meet, and then we can just tie them together. Okay. And then tie them together. Do square knot. Okay, 1 and 2. And you can do 3 knots if you like. And that's it. Okay, and then let's just weave in this ends. Just hide them here. It's already triple knotted, so just hide them and then cut. And the other one, hide again and then cut. And that's it. Guys, I hope you liked this tutorial video, and please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for our future tutorial videos. I will also be showing you next time how I crochet this dress. And once again, if you would like to crochet this for your loved one, for your child, simply adjust the number of rows and also the number of chains to make it wider or bigger. And I hope to see you all next time, and take good care, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.